Now, yesterday, you might remember we played out a video which was shot inside of Grace Cards and Books in Droitwich. It was of two police officers basically appearing to speak to Lydia Walker-Cox, the co-owner of the shop, to say that she was in breach of the coronavirus regulations because she was supposed to close down the shop. Now, we're going to go back to Lydia Walker-Cox right now because there's an update we need to hear about. Lydia, a very good morning to you.
Hi, Mike. This is becoming a habit.
Yes, well, listen, it's not a bad habit as long as we keep these people at bay. Tell us what's happened?
Yeah. So yesterday, the inevitable happened, and we had two police officers in the shop to serve us with our first fine.
And
So,
how does that work? Do they come in and sort of hand you something that looks like a parking ticket?
well, they just took all of our details, wrote them down. They never actually handed us anything physical.
Right.
They just told us, whatever we said would be might be held against us in court or whatever, that jargon, and then filled in all the details and said that they would be, I think that it's very difficult to hear what she was saying actually, because she had a mask on and she wasn't very audible, but I think it's £1,000 every day until the lockdown ends.
Dear me. It might be one of those where you have to start a crowdfunding campaign to make sure that you can fight the business. But I mean, I would have thought surely if they're issuing you with a on the spot fine or something, do they not have to actually give you something?
Yeah, I know that is a bit strange. People have been saying that to us, but yeah, they certainly didn't leave us with anything. But I need to tell you something really funny, Mike, because at the very time that these two police officers were issuing us with this fine, we're on a circuit WhatsApp group for the town, for all the businesses, so we know where there's any shop theft going on.
Yeah.
So at the very moment that the police officers were in our shop handing a fine to innocent people, there was some theft going on in Morrison's.
Oh, really? Well, it's the old shoplifters. Well, I mean, maybe they wait and see. They wait and see them going into somewhere like your place to issue a fine, and then off they go with the shoplifting bag.
Yes. While the police are waylaid, dealing with innocent people, we'll just go and thieve Morrison's. Yeah.
That's ridiculous, isn't it? So what are you going to do now then? I mean, presumably, I can't believe that if they just tell you we're going to fine you £1,000 a day, I wouldn't say I mean, I'm not a lawyer, but I know if you talk to a lawyer, I would imagine they'll say to you, well, until you've actually been served with some kind of a fine, you're not liable for it.
Yeah. So we've reached the point, Mike, where we are not going to be bullied. We really feel that these are bullying tactics, and also this is not we are not a health hazard.
No.
It's gone into basically us opening our shop has become a political threat. That's what it is. It's a political threat, not a health hazard.
No, exactly.
Because,
and I mean, what tier were you in before this latest lockdown? Were you in tier 2?
Oh, Mike, sorry, I don't keep up with it all. It's just I just find it so ridiculous that I do not keep up with it all.
No, I don't blame you.
So I don't know. I don't know what tier we're in.
No, the reason I asked the question is because I wonder whether come next week all of this will be in the past anyway. It'll be history because you'll be open again.
Yeah, in one sense it will, but as we know, the government hangs things over our heads in so much that we don't know what January will bring.
Yeah.
They might be very condescending and allow us to have our Christmas, and then after that we might be facing the same story all over again.
Yeah.
So we've got to fight now because we could be finding that they're telling us to close our doors in January.
Yes. Now, we mentioned, I think, in passing over the weekend, your MP. Have you had any luck with getting hold of him
yet? Yeah. So that's interesting you should mention, because we've had an email this morning from Nigel Huddlestone's PA. I contacted her and told her what we were doing, that we were going to open the shop as an essential shop, and she telephoned, actually. She phoned back and said that was a fantastic idea and that she would support it. So so I've been in contact with her since and told her that we've been served a prohibition notice. And the email that I've had this morning says, basically the tenet of it was, don't worry, the lockdown's coming to an end now. If we tried to intervene and help you at all, it probably wouldn't get anywhere anyway. So don't worry, it's only a few more days and we'll be out of it anyway.
Okay. Marvellous. All right, well, we'll try him from this end as well, see if we can get him on and get him to actually intervene, because it does seem as though now, despite the fact that they issued 2 statements yesterday, the council and also West Mercia Police are just not going to give up, are they?
No, I mean, we had that. It was a fairly sympathetic statement from West Mercia Police. Yeah, I mean, it was quite a nice statement, really. But
yeah, but it's not really helpful if they then turn up and say they were going to fine you
then an
£1,000
hour
a
later,
day.
they turned up to fine us. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they quite understand what's going on here. But listen, Lydia,
Yeah.
we will appreciate you letting us know. We shall go and find out now whether we can do anything about it. I noticed that West Mercia Police, who started following me yesterday, have now unfollowed me. I don't know why they've done that, but I mean, they're clearly slightly schizophrenic up at the West Mercia Police Station. What can you do? Listen, great to talk to you again, Lydia. Thanks very much indeed. Lydia Walker-Cox there. I mean, this is ridiculous, isn't it? Absolutely and utterly mad, because the bottom line here is that you've got 2 immovable objects, right, i.e. Wychavon Council and, of course, the West Mercia Police, who are probably being very pig-headed about this and refusing point blank to understand that what Lydia is saying is entirely correct. That she is doing nothing more than what W.H. Smith's is doing and nothing less than what W.H. Smith's is doing. The only difference between the 2 shops is that one is a big chain and one is a small privately owned shop. They both are registered as stationary shops, effectively, which is apparently the reason why the police say she has to shut down. But the W.H. Smith's shop does not have to shut down, which is also completely bonkers.